I've finally made a game from scratch in C. It's called Heli, and I'm releasing it as game number 1 of Nick's Saturday Morning Games on Steam Early Access, Saturday, November 1st. In the past, I've released 5 other games, but this really feels like game number 1. Each of my previous games I muddled through not having much of a clue what I was doing, and feeling like I was assembling a house of cards which might topple at any moment. After my latest game release in 2019, I decided to focus specifically on becoming a good programmer, rather than just releasing something. 4 years ago, I chose the direction of programming things from scratch, using only the native platform libraries and doing everything else myself. I've always been unhappy with my games relying on other code or engines I don't understand, and inevitably those games become very difficult to maintain. I want the security of knowing that I'll be able to build and update any game I make indefinitely. While I was learning, I still felt the need to produce something, so I started making tutorials as I went along. I've always wanted to make it easier for others to learn what I've struggled with, but I think in game dev we often end up with the blind leading the blind. Because of that, 2 years ago I decided to put tutorials on hold and just work on getting better. After all, how can I teach people to make games from scratch in C if I haven't even done it? It's taken a long time, but I finally have. I've built everything about this game from the ground up, from the platform window management, input, video, sound, threading, resources, and all of it on Windows, Linux, and Mac. I even made my own retro sound synthesizer and a chiptune editor to make the soundtrack, though the editor still needs work, and as you can hear, I'm an absolute beginner at music composition. So my game is releasing in just a few weeks. People always say market early and collect wish lists, but we saw how that went with Notemon. Nick's Saturday Morning Games is going to be my platform for developing small games throughout the next few years, and possibly longer. I've learned a ton making this game, and I'm certain I'll be able to make the next game much faster. The source code for the whole backend will be released under the Apache 2 license soon, and I'll continue to update it as I make improvements and add features. This is not the next SDL or Raylib, and I don't recommend anyone just go and download my framework to use in a set and forget way. My framework code can hopefully serve as a learning resource and make it easier to get started. The game code itself I'll be releasing under the GPL, which requires anything you make with my game code to be open source too. I'll also sell the source code as a DLC on Steam under the Apache 2 license, which doesn't require you to open source what you make. Regarding tutorials, I am absolutely planning to start making them again. I want to make an entire series showing how to build a game from scratch in C. I don't think Heli is really the right game for that, but all the framework code will form the basis of those tutorials. So what's next? The game releases November 1st, and I'm expecting many bugs to pop up as it's run on other people's systems, so I'll be working on the back end for a little while. There are also some things I want to polish up in Heli. Then I'll begin working on the next game, which will be specifically designed to be a good example for a tutorial series. If you'd like to support all that, check out Nick's Saturday Morning Games on Steam. Cheers!